necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real
Me over
Estate
here not
Radio with
working.
Jason Bible.
Get it together, Mr. Bible.
Get it together.
Action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Jason Bible.
Hot mics.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We talk about how to build your income and wealth for financial independence. Some of y'all call it retirement. It was fascinating. Got home yesterday. We did a little RV trip this weekend. First weekend out with the Casita. That's the name brand, if you will, of our little RV. And in case you guys missed it this weekend, it was 100 in South Texas. It was 100 degrees. And the air conditioner in that little Casita worked fine. When we went outside, it was pretty miserable. But in any case, so got home this weekend and flicking through the TV, the Netflix there, and started watching. We had watched a little bit of it before, but we started watching The People versus O.J. Simpson. It is absolutely phenomenal. The actors in there are absolutely incredible. It's so good. Such a great series. And what's so fun about, I'm 40, and O.J., I want to say it was 94, 95, so I was in high school when all that stuff happened. I remember the white Bronco and all that nonsense. And what's amazing is in watching The People versus O.J. Simpson, there's great retirement stories in there. One is, and a lot of folks don't know this, but one is O.J.'s got a pretty good retirement, pretty good IRA that had shielded a lot of his shenanigans from liability. I may go into that in a show at some point, but it's one of the reasons why he actually has some money left. Because his IRA is protected from some of that stuff that happened in the civil case. And then the other thing that's real interesting about watching that is it's 20, 25 years ago. He's doing the where are they now search, right? Where's Johnny Cochran? What's he been doing? What about Kardashian? Where did he end up? And what's amazing is how many of these people have passed away at or near the age of retirement. Like Kardashian, I think, died at 59. He just got randomly esophageal cancer and just like 8 weeks later was dead. I mean, it was crazy. And the guy was in pretty decent shape. He had plenty of money. He's a business guy and attorney. Really successful. Just passed away at like 59. And then Cochran, I want to say, died at like 67 of a brain tumor. I mean, these guys were wealthy for decades, and they couldn't stop what ultimately happened to them. Now you're wondering, well, Jason, why do you say that? Because a lot of people look at retirement as the end goal, when it should really be financial independence. When you ask somebody, hey, when do you retire? I don't know, 67, 65, whatever the number is. We're not guaranteed to live that long. What's the age limit on financial independence? Now people will go, wait a second, what is that? Well, there's no age limit on that, right? One of the stories I love sharing is when Steve Jobs went back to Apple. He didn't have to go back to Apple. He was already a gazillionaire. One of my favorite, you guys have heard me talk about Aaron Clarey. He's one of the guys I follow online. In one of his books, he compares Steve Jobs and Bill. Steve and Bill. And why compare the two? Well, one's Microsoft, the other one's Apple, right? Bill obviously still alive. Steve not. And so when comparing Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, Bill and Steve, We ask the question, would Steve have made different decisions knowing how long he was going to live? It's a fascinating question. He wanted to go back to Apple. But do you think if he knew how close he was to the end of the race, he would have gone back to Apple? Or he would have done some other stuff? I mean, hard question to answer. But keep this in mind. We want to start building our legacy now. We want to start building our financial independence today. You don't know how long you've got. Here's the other thing. I find this fascinating. You've got to start teaching your family how to build financial independence and continue your legacy today. Can't wait. You got to start teaching these folks now. I know a lot of wealthy folks. And one of the things I always find fascinating is they fall into two groups. One group is they're fantastically wealthy, but their family has no idea how to run their affairs. Their businesses are very, very complicated. They have complicated trading strategies. They have complicated investing strategies. I mean, just really complex. And one of the things I always ask them when we sit down, it's just the two of us, I'll say, hey, man, how are you preparing your family for this? Oh, well, I've got, we got a trust set up and all that. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. You could set up all the legal stuff to where they inherit everything and reduces let me put it this way, reduces their liability in inheriting all these great assets and this great portfolio. Problem isn't the inheritance. The problem is operating it. Have we done an adequate job teaching them how to manage these resources when you're no longer there to do it? I'll tell you this, I didn't realize a handful of years ago when we started Right Path, that was exactly what was going on in our group. We have a lot of intergenerational teams in our club. I didn't realize that's exactly what's going on. It didn't make sense to me. I don't know why. I should have thought that. Like, we got a lot of, multi-generation teams in our group, and I'm like, and then it hit me one day. I'm like, oh, I see what we're doing here. We've got the matriarch, patriarch of the family here. They're teaching their kids how to do this real estate thing so that when they pass on, that legacy can continue to grow. And what a great way to do it, because anybody can learn real estate. This is not rocket science. I'll tell you that right now. It's buying a house that the numbers work in. It's fixing the house up. You don't have to fix the house up. We've got teams of people that do all that stuff. We use Fast Track. Fast Track goes out there and fixes the house up. And then you rent the house out. And a lot of people ask me like, oh, Jason, I don't want to deal with the tenants and all that nonsense. You don't. Just hand it to Jerry Tav or Property Care. Boom, it's off to the races. Then while all that's going on, you go find the next deal. You do it again and again and again and again. And I'll tell you when it gets real fun. When it's a self-running machine. Perpetual motion. You guys ever see those, I need one of these in my office because it would drive everyone absolutely crazy. It's got like all those balls on it that hang from a hanger like by fishing string. And then you take one or two balls and you pull it up on one side and you let it go, and then it smacks the other set of balls, and the other two pop out, and it just kind of click, 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 kind of goes back and forth. Eventually, they do stop going back and forth. However, in real estate, there comes a point when it's generating so much cash that it perpetually runs itself. What does that mean? Let's say you're $20,000 out of pocket on your real estate deals. How you have your business set up. Could be $10,000 out of pocket. Let's call it $20,000. $20,000 out of pocket to get $3,600 a year in cash flow, plus 10% a year appreciation, plus the debt pay down, the appreciation you get when you bought the property, and the tax advantages of depreciation. All this great stuff. Say you're $20,000 out of pocket. Probably, if I were to guess, 25 to 50% rate of return per year in the first 5 years. Just spitballing there, but just based off the experience that we've seen in the past. $20,000, you build a portfolio big enough to where $20,000 of cash is coming in every single month that you don't need. And if it takes $20,000 out of pocket to buy a real estate deal, what are you doing? You're buying a house every month with the cash that your portfolio is generating and just buying and buying and buying and buying. And you just keep doing that. What happens if you've got $20,000 a month coming in, you're buying a house every month, and it keeps growing? It grows to 21, 22, 25, 27, 30, and then pretty soon it's up to 40. What are you doing with $40,000 a month in cash? Buying 2 houses a month. Now, does that happen overnight? No. It takes time. But how would you like to build a legacy where it's just continually buying these deals? We've got a group inside our club called the Passive Investor Network, and that's exactly what's going on. They're just buying, build. We're finding the deals for them. Passive Investor Network's going out there and finding the deals, selling them to our members. It's perpetually just kicking off passive income. Is it 100% passive? No, but it's relatively passive. Heck, most of our people sit there, an email comes in from our Passive Investor Network, and they go, well, I guess I'll buy this one. We'll say, I'll take it. Fast Track goes out there, gets a rehab estimate.
1 minute.
You know the number. We know all the numbers before we buy the deal. I wonder if folks realize that. Like, we know exactly what this deal is going to make. We know how much it's going to cost. Take it to closing. The rehab starts. We get it rented, or we decide to flip it and sell it, and then we just rinse and repeat. Just like that little perpetual motion machine. Just sits there, click, 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 click. It's another house, another house, another house, another house. Just keep buying them. We had a bus tour this past weekend. I'll find out this morning how many houses were bought in our group, but it's just this little machine, just buying houses, building a legacy, buying houses, building a legacy, buying houses, building a legacy. It's that simple. We get back from the break. I'm going to talk more about what's going on in the market, how to plan for retirement. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know, the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding the potential liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement.
Morning, John.
Due to our expansive soils
Joe?
in the Houston area, it's probably
Who
not
else
a
is
question
on
of
here?
if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
All right, 30
seconds.
seconds.
In the way of
Okay.
your retirement plans, why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
All right, here we go. Hot mics.
All right. Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Oh, I found it. Here we go. Looking for an article. I'm surprised I haven't been emailed it this weekend. I'm over here on Zero Hedge. Actually, there's an article that just got posted this morning. Have not had a chance to read it. But one of the things, whenever someone says, how's the economy doing? I'm like, I don't know, like state, local, neighborhood, world. I mean, it's kind of like I used to wear my Houston House Buyers shirt. That's our company actually buys houses. And sometimes when I wear it out in public, I'll just get the most random people are like, oh, you're in real estate? How's the market? It's one of the just questions that just drives me absolutely insane because I immediately go into, well, it's always good. The market is always good. Up, down, sideways, it's always good for somebody like us. For our students, it's always good for our students and club members. It's always good for us. Because I'm not buying retail-ready houses. I'm buying investment property. And truth be told, when you look at our business model is distressed properties. When you really drill down into it. What does that mean? It means assets that need work. In fact, if you want to get into real nitty-gritty, nerdy stuff, we buy houses and fix them up for less than what it costs to build them new. What does that mean? We're buying assets for less than their replacement cost. When somebody tells me Warren Buffett got rich investing in stocks, I tell them you do not understand Warren Buffett's portfolio. He was not buying stocks. He was buying companies, controlling interest in companies. He just happened to do so through stocks. You do not have enough money to do that. I could be wrong. The likelihood somebody listens to this radio program that has that kind of money or that access to capital is not doing this. And if you really look at Warren's investment strategy, he had two things he was looking for. Severely undervalued companies, what some accountants would call book value. In other words, what it would cost for me to replace all the assets to build a similar company. Book value. Then the second thing he would look for, is it a competent management team? Do the people that are running the company know what they're doing? So Warren would sneak in when their valuation is so low, it's essentially below replacement cost. And he would buy the assets at below replacement cost that came with a really good management team. That is exactly what we do. We use the Warren Buffett strategy. It is exactly what we do, except for we do it with single-family houses. We buy them below replacement cost, and we bring in our management team to manage the assets. That's what our students and club members are doing. They go in and they find a house. Or if they're in our passive group, we find a house for them. Here's a house below replacement cost. How do we know they're below replacement cost? Simple. We know what the house is worth. There's two ways to figure it out. One is you can look at what other houses sold for in the neighborhood. That's what the value of the house is. But typically, what's the cost of new construction? Your insurance company, for those of you who live in single-family houses, take a look at the replacement cost of your home. I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that the replacement cost of your house is much greater than what you paid for it. Imagine buying a whole bunch of those and then bringing in the best management team on the planet to manage those assets. That's how it works. Let me explain to you guys how it works. Let's step back. You identify a house. Either you found a house or you're in our passive investor network and we found a house for you. Principal inspections. Jeremy goes out there and looks at the house. Takes a look. It needs this, needs that. Maybe Jeremy says, hey, not sure here. Might need some foundation work. So you call foundation check. Brandon and his team goes out there. They measure all the stuff. They get their civil engineer or structural engineer to write up on a map, on a pier map of the property, drawings of the property, say, hey, you need piers here, 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 and here, and here. You get Fast Track in, and Fast Track does their estimating thing. Get Michelle with Next Gen Appraisal. She gets an appraisal done. This is all before you buy the house. So now the question, Jason, what do I do for money? Call Jet Lending. Johnny, hey, man, I need some money for the house. I go, okay. Send us over all the paperwork. You're going to send the contract, inspection, the rehab estimate, Brandon stuff from Foundation Check, Michelle's appraisal. I mean, it's all going to sit there before you spend real money. Now, you have to spend some money for these services, sure, but they're not real expensive. Here's the cool thing. Unlike the stock market, you get these little experts. They're experts in a handful of things. Foundation Check does one thing. They do the foundations. Michelle over at Next Gen Appraisals, all she's going to do is appraise that house. Fast Track's going to look at the remodel. You get all these experts in very specific areas. And they put their numbers together, and then they give them all to you. How would you like to have a team of experts for a house that you've got, for an investment that you've got, that says, hey, this is what we think this is what it's worth now. This is all the stuff we're going to have to do to it. And this is what it's going to be worth once we're done. How many of you would have loved to have seen the crash in Facebook coming? I can tell you this. There's no team of experts that you can hire that are looking at Facebook and they're going, okay, what's the user base? How much revenue are they really making per person? What's the expected future growth rate? What is the impact of the congressional hearings? You don't have experts that you can call that set all that stuff up. And then you can't borrow the money to go buy Facebook. Now you got to put your own cash into it. And what are you buying at? You're buying at today's market price. You're not buying these houses at today's market price. They're producing cash, and they've got equity today. How would you like to buy Facebook or Amazon or Google or Netflix at a 20% discount? Anybody listen to this radio show, oh yeah, I do that in a heartbeat. Yeah, that's what we're doing with houses. But Jason, real estate sounds so risky. Is it really? I'm buying them at a 20% discount to today's price. And it produces cash. Day one. In fact, you could, if you do this right, depending on how you set this business up, you could, at closing when you buy the property, you could find a tenant before you buy the house. Like you could, if you got your systems down pat, you could literally have the thing leased before you buy it. Taking the tenant's money to closing. You can't do that with Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, Amazon, with an index fund. You can't do that. How many tax breaks do you get for investing in the stock market? What is the tax advantage to investing in the stock market? It's 0. Do you get depreciation from owning Amazon? I mean, technically the company is taking depreciation, but that doesn't really help you any. Where do those tax advantages from owning Google come from? Or Tesla? Tesla's got a lot of tax advantage there. For all intents and purposes, that's really what's keeping them afloat. God forbid, GAAP accounting and everything else. I mean, Tesla's it's a whole nother animal.
2 minutes.
What's fun about real estate is you get to operate like a big business, one single family house at a time. Everyone tells me, like, oh, I'd love to own a business because I could write off X, Y, and Z and do all that. Yeah, you can do that when you're operating like a big business. You don't have to buy 100 houses a year to do that. You just got to buy one. Now, I'm not a CPA. That's what Anderson Advisors is for. I'd recommend giving them a call, and they can tell you how to set it up based off your resources and your goals. You can also give a call to Quest IRA. A lot of you guys probably don't know this. You can invest in real estate in your IRA in a tax-free or tax-deferred account. A lot of really cool stuff you can do in this business. One house at a time. In fact, we've got all the tools up here in our office. Looking for a flip house? We got those. Looking for a rental property? We got those. All you got to do is sit there and reply to an email. Yeah, I'll take this one and I'll take that one. Great. And then the process starts. Just like a little perpetual motion machine. Just like those annoying little balls there on your desk. So click, 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 click. That's how it works. Buy a house, get it rehabbed, the ball comes down, bang, bangs another one out. Get the house rehabbed, leased, bang, another one comes out. Buy another one, buy another one. It's that simple. We'll get today all summarized up at the end of the breaks. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams
Morning,
who
Gustavo.
operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the
Lewis,
synergy
that is
to
a
make this your
great
best home
question.
purchase ever. Give us a call today to find
Only
out the
thing I
simplest steps
don't
to
like
get
doing
started.
is
I'm
going over a
Jennifer
lot of those
Hernandez,
numbers on the
the
radio
Hernandez
show because it
team
loses a
at
lot of
Legacy
people.
Mutual
If you go to
Mortgage.
Right Path Real Estate, our case studies should be on there. If they're not, let me know, and I'll get you access to them. But we got all our... Oh, you know what? Let me take that back.
We can't wait to consult with you
Here's
soon.
Vicky's. Let me make sure there's not
NMLS
anything else in here.
514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
All right, Lewis, I don't know if you can see this, but this was our last case study. I don't have our new one yet. Probably get it today.
Quick turnaround on quotes or binders. The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you.
And they're buying...
Wholesaler, buy and hold or flipper, bundling your properties on a
Oh man, I gotta ask Amanda. Last time I asked her, she said somewhere as low as 60% ARV up to 75, or sometimes they'll pay a little bit more if it's in the neighborhood they already own them in. But don't quote me on that. Another case study, Blake and... Oh, I can picture her face, but I can't remember her name. Is it Caitlin? Blake and her husband, or Blake and his wife, I'm sorry. Blake and his wife, they bought 3 houses. 2 of them are rentals and one's a flip. The flip is, and they're all passive. The flip there, they just sold, I don't know when it actually closes, sometime next month. But the 2 rental properties, I think, are already done and rented. And we did a case study month before last on it. And they're 100% passive right now. So pull that one up.
Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free.
Oh, I just got a text. Case studies are being edited, so it should be up on the website soon. But Caitlin, that's right. Yeah, Blake and Caitlin. But y'all, I mean, now these aren't all passive, I'll tell you that. But Blake and Caitlin's were passive. They're going to kill it on that flip. I got to ask, I don't know what they're going to make. 30, 40, 50 grand. It's something crazy. This is a sweet deal.
This is Business
Unless I got any other ones here.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Somebody had asked me for some case studies, and I'm just pulling the sheets off my desk here and just pointing them at the camera. We got a ton of them. Just go to our website. We got stuff on there for days. Tons of case studies, people being successful. You know, here's what I'll tell you. I'm going to let out a little dirty secret. We're doing internally, we're doing a little audit. We started Friday. I got some preliminary numbers. I shouldn't even tell you guys yet because I don't have all the numbers in. But we figured out one of the big reasons some are successful and some are not. The people who do not sign up for any of our clubs, in other words, they don't sign up to be a member of Right Path. There's a 40% chance they are not in the real estate business 6 months from now. Yeah. Pretty crazy, isn't it? If they do not sign up as a Right Path club membership, they are out of the business in less than 6 months. 40% chance. This is totally preliminary data. My guess is it's actually higher than that. But you got to get involved, right? You've got to get involved. Are you more successful when you're around people who are doing the same things you're doing to get you to your goals, or are you less successful when you're doing it on your own? I'll tell you, most people are much less successful if they have to try and do this on their own. Think about if you ever did a weight loss challenge at work. I mean, it works so much better when you're in a team atmosphere. So let's go back to this perpetual motion machine. One of the pieces in that little perpetual motion machine, and the reason that those, does everybody know what I'm talking about? There are those chrome balls, and there's like 5 of them. I think it's 5 or 6. And then you drop one, and then poop, and then the other one comes out on the other end, and then smacks the other set of balls. And now, eventually, those balls stop moving, right? Why do they stop moving? Because they have no outside influences. Meaning those little set of balls there are going back and forth because they're operating in a vacuum. This is why it's so important to get involved in a club. Because every time you go to one of our meetings, you're sitting there and you got the little machine going, right? Click. Buying a house, rehabbing it, turn around, leasing it. Click. Buy another one. But like anything in your life, you could lose momentum. And how do you gain momentum? You get around those people that are doing it. This is why we instituted our case study program in the last couple of months, because we wanted people to know, to share in the successes of our other members. Hey guys, isn't this great? They bought another house. I don't know who's doing our case study this month. I don't have it sitting here on my desk, but it's so you sit there and you're like, yeah, this is good. Oh yeah, I'm going to go buy some more. Need a little motivation. That's what gives that machine its little push it needs to keep running. Just to keep running. I will tell you this. The vast majority of real estate meetings you will go to outside of Right Path have very few people that are buying real estate. How disheartening is that? It's so much fun to go to our events because it's like, hey man, what are you working on? Oh, I just did this and this, and we bought this one last week, and we're in the middle of rehab one we bought a month ago, and that's fun. It's fun to talk about doing real estate. It's fun to talk about building financial independence. It's fun to talk about passing on a legacy. It's fun to talk about the things that you're doing. It's not fun to talk about dreams. It's doing those things over and over again. Oh, Andy just texted me. It's called Newton's Cradle. Who knew? I didn't know that's what the little perpetual motion ball thing was called. Newton's Cradle. That's fascinating. Sounds like I need one for my desk now. I'll use it in meetings, drive everybody crazy like a metronome. So you can go to all these different real estate clubs out there. And I don't know what, I've been to all of them. I don't want to say I shouldn't say I've been to all of them, but I've been to enough of these things. Where you sit there and somebody's on stage doing their dog and pony show and everyone's like, yay! And then you turn to the person next to you, hey, how many houses did you buy last month? None. How many did you buy the month before? 0. Is there anybody in this room that's bought anything? Is there anybody, I shouldn't say bought, maybe a better way to say that is there anybody in here that's doing real estate? Oh no, we're all brand new. Everybody's brand new. And then you go back month after month after month, and everybody is still all brand new. And you're wondering, like, where are the experienced investors at? Isn't that weird? If you keep going to these clubs that don't have experienced investors, isn't that weird? It's weird for me. I'm like, where are the people that are doing this business? I don't understand. You guys told me you were the real estate club that does deals, and nobody in here is doing deals. Is every night new? Where are all the experienced folks? If you guys come to our event or any event that we host, you'll see these big silver name badges that our members have. One of the reasons that we have big silver name badges is so that you can go directly to one of our members and say, hey man, what's it like at Right Path? They'll give you the unvarnished truth. By the way, everyone gets a name tag. We just don't we don't hand them out. We don't like select certain people. Everybody gets a name badge. You just go ask them. You want to be in a group of people that are doing it. It's kind of like doing CrossFit at home versus going to like a CrossFit gym. I think going to the gym where you're competing with one another is a little bit more productive than doing it by yourself. It's why people join running clubs and cycling clubs. Your motivation gets down every now and then, or you hit a stumbling block. hey, how do I overcome this thing here? How do I overcome this challenge? But also, more importantly, is it keeps you moving. It keeps you motivated. You know the other thing it does, especially for those of you who are building a legacy, a multi-generational legacy, it gets your family networked and working with other families. It's a support group. It's really what it comes down to. And not a support group for something that's a challenge in your life. It's a support group for winning. It's really what it is. It's a group of winners. There's no complaining. There's no whining. There's only a bunch of people in there that are pushing forward and moving forward and building their legacy. It's not a room of brand new investors that doesn't know what they're doing, and everyone's a brand new. Nobody. The only guy that's buying any houses is the guy that's on stage. I always think that's funny. Like, where are all the successful students? Where are these people? I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's like, because I signed up for those real estate classes too, and I remember like, where are the successful students at? It's only us. Is it only us suckers in the room? Is that what's going on here? Wait a second. Maybe they're not really doing real estate. They're just selling you the latest book, tape, CD, whatever. Run to the back of the room and sign up now. Limited time offer. It's fascinating to me. So our group is really a support group for winners. That's really what it is. You're gonna have your challenges in real estate investing? Absolutely. That's why you've got to join the club. Are you gonna have a challenge with a tenant every now and then? Sure. Although you're not really gonna have to deal with it. That's the property manager's problem. You're gonna have something that maybe gets, that's a little bit of a challenge here. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Look at it this way. A guy I used to work for, Bob, for years. He would always say this: as compared to what? You can go and invest in all that stuff you want in the stock market, and long term, after fees, you're going to make a 7% return if you do it right. The reality is that 7% return is not likely to be enough for you to retire. It's not. So what is? You've got to get higher rates of return. You've got to invest in something you know that produces cash. And what do you know better than a single-family house in your neighborhood? You can study Facebook until you are blue in the face. You can study Tesla. You can buy a Tesla. And you can study Tesla till you are blue in the face. Or you can buy an asset that you know something about that produces cash. And what do you know more? What do you know better than anything else? The house that you live in. So why don't you just buy a house in your neighborhood? Rent it out. For those of you a little bit older, go back to the neighborhood that you and your spouse bought your first house in and look and see what those houses are selling for. What if you had bought, instead of buying one house for you and your spouse and your family to live in, what if you bought two? One to rent and one for you to raise your family in. Do that. That's a good homework assignment for this week. We get back from the break. I'm going to wrap it all up. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is
hopefully that helps you, Lewis.
Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
This doesn't even seem
Real estate
right.
investors. If you're not familiar with Quest IRA,
Ooh.
let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Taxes. Just the sound of that word makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at AndersonAdvisors.com, and don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders.
Lickety-split.
The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts. Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are small returns
30
getting in
seconds.
the way of your
Okay.
retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. If you would like to know more about real estate in a relatively risk-free fashion, we have a free event coming up Tuesday and another one Thursday. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. We will share with you how we have built our wealth and income with single-family real estate. We'll share with you how we do it and how you can do it too. It's our free introduction to income and wealth workshop. Talk about how to build wealth, how to build income. We're even going to talk about the 3 time horizons of money. I introduced that here on the radio show, probably a month or so ago. The guys are already using it. for their events. So we've got those coming up Tuesday and Thursday. We've got our weekend retreat, which I believe is the 18th, if I'm not mistaken. Go to Right Path Real Estate and sign up there. So it's up to you guys. What is it y'all want to do? It's as compared to what? What are you going to invest in? Are you going to invest in something that fell 20% last week for no reason that you've got any control over? Or go back and look at some of those neighborhoods that you lived in years ago. And if you just bought another house to rent it out, what investment do you know better than the house you live in, the neighborhood you live in, the school district your kids attend?
2 minutes.
What do you know better as an investment than the roof over your own head? And the answer is you don't. You know that neighborhood so well. You know all the neighbors. You know the schools. So why not invest in a house in your neighborhood that produces cash? Do you know that? I think you're going to know that a little bit better than Amazon and Tesla and Google and, you know, the European bond market and whatever else investments there are out there. You're going to know that little market really well. One of the things that's always been interesting to me is when I look at oil and gas and how many times the oil and gas industry gets shocked or caught off guard when there's a fall in the market. There's a lot of very, very, very smart people in that market. And it's always a surprise when the market has a downturn. I'll tell you, in single-family real estate, when you're renting rental property, I mean, when the market changes, rents go up. So not a bad place to be whenever the economy changes. Now, what happens when rents go down typically means there are a lot of people buying houses. At that point, your house is worth way more than what you paid for it. So you can decide to sell or keep renting it. It's really how the whole business works. We're buying these things at below replacement cost. We're bringing in the best management team to manage them, and we're building our wealth that way. And it's easy to teach the next generation. We're doing exactly what Warren Buffett does. We just do it with single-family houses. I want to thank everybody for listening to the show today. I will be on Wednesday's show with Tom. It'll be a great time. You guys can listen then. Tomorrow is Build Your Team Tuesday.
10 seconds.
Tom will have a number of our strategic vendors and partners on the show explaining what they do and how they can help you as a member grow and build your business. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
All right, have a good one.
All right, thanks.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Find Jason and Tom at rightpathrealestate.com.